Hey guys, Fen here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys 5 really strong combo scenarios and how you can be creative when you land them in order to mix up your opponents and maximize some damage or potentially net early KOs. Scenario 1 is you can just go for a nair, decent damage, put you in a good position. You can look for a tech chase, you can look for down throw up air into up air strings, potentially finish with an up B for about 44-45% depending on the hits, or you could also continue just to go for up airs to keep yourself in advantage, get a little bit extra damage, but they're in a position where you can follow up. The last one, which I think is a little less talked about but I think is actually a super powerful option, is let's say you're versing someone who knows to DI your fair, right, or your nair or your up air, and they know how to DI it and you're not getting that option off at low percents. So what can you do? Well, if you know there's an air dodge coming, you can just go for a charge shot. You rack up huge damage, you give yourself a great positional advantage, and a lot of people don't see it coming. They just see, oh, I've been down through a bit of air dodge quickly, and then bam, you get a nice big follow-up. So I think this is a really powerful option out of the down throw, if you're versing someone who likes the air dodge. So keep that in mind. Another really powerful tool is, let's say you land a down throw at around the low to mid percents, like just approaching the mid percents depending on the weight, and you know you're on a stage with platforms, you can potentially get yourself a jab lock situation or a follow-up on the platform. So a good follow-up is up tilt, that lends you into some good positional advantage, you get a little bit extra damage. Another one, if you know they're going to miss a tech, is look for down air, potentially on their get up. So they might roll, you can always just full hop and track them. Hit them with the dare and then go for maybe an up air or an up B or something like that, or an up smash, depending on what you're feeling in that situation. And then a nice little spicy one that you can try go for is just go for a charge shot into maybe a missile, depending on what their reaction's like. If you do charge shot, you do get a little jab lock situation, which is kind of neat. I think it's kind of cool. You get a little follow up like that. So it all depends. That's where the creativity comes into it. So that's something to think about at a down throw. The next combos are more for mid to higher percents, and these are combos out of dare. Now dare is actually a really powerful tool if you land it. So if you get a good read at about 70%, depending where you're on stage, you can get yourself some really early KOs with a sweet spot bear out of the dare. There we go. So you can get the sweet spot, which will kill super early. That was just on a platform, but it can kill early. And then if you're at higher percents, maybe around 110-ish, 115, depending on the character, you can also go for a dare into an IDJ up B, which can kill incredibly early on platforms. The next situation that you should be aware of to net some really early kills is comboing off a super missile. Super missile, I think, is a really underrated tool. I think it's so powerful. Let's say, for example, you've set up a ledge trap, you've put a bomb, and then you faded back, and they've neutral gotten up into your missile. You can kill super early with a heavy missile into a dare, which on certain stages that have lower blast zones, it just obliterates them. They don't even get a chance to press anything. Otherwise, if you're feeling pretty good and your movement's feeling sweet, why don't you go for the super missile into Rab Air. Lastly, with missiles, it's actually got a funny little property that if you're at about max grab distance and you shoot a super missile and it connects, you actually have enough time to combo that into a grab, which is a bit silly. But at higher percents, if you land it, why not? If you got the reaction time, why not go for it? Net yourself an early kill, or net yourself a guaranteed kill, I should say. Now, the next one that we should talk about, which I actually think is something that isn't discussed too much, is using Samus's baby charge shot or next to baby charge shot to combo into kill confirms. So at low percents, little charge shot doesn't give that much hits done, but at higher percents it gives that just enough that you can combo into a few different things. So let's say I've got a corner control, they're backed in that corner and I want to try to get this KO safely, right? I don't really want to extend into anything, but I want this kill. So what can I do? I can potentially shoot a little charge shot and go for a grab and then reset the corner, or I could try something different, where I wait for an opening, I shoot a little charge shot and go for a dash attack. And that's super powerful because dash attack kills really early and it's a good burst option. Coupled with little charge shot to be a combo and making it true is actually super powerful. So it's a great way of just netting a KO with zero risk. You can just stay here, shoot little charge shots, little to no risk. If they jump over it, you can always outbeat them or something like that, but it's a great way to net KOs. My last little scenario is comboing off of Nair. Now Nair, as you guys know, has 2 hits. If you actually reverse it, you'll more than likely get both hits. And they combo into a few different options. So you can go Nair 2 into F smash for a little bit of damage, just for an F tilt. Still a little bit of damage. But the real silly one is the bear. Now that one doesn't seem crazy, but it actually is at later percents. Because what you can do is something that I kind of discovered a while ago, which I think is I don't know how, it's not super applicable, but you can land it fairly often, is if you do a falling Nair, so a late Nair 2, or the late Nair, back hit of Nair, actually combos into back air, which is crazy. Especially at like higher percents, or even mid percents. If they're DIing this wrong, you can net a KO fairly early. Like, it sends them flying. Like, I'm doing that on Dark Samus, and she's a heavy lass. Do you know what I mean? You can get yourself a very early kill. And not many people look at that, because you would have thrown out your Nair, and so they see the kick and they go, oh, I'm gonna let go of shield. And then it catches them, and you're like, sweet, see you later. These are my personal 5 must-know Samus combos and combo routes and confirms. If you found this helpful, or you want a bit more in depth for other combos or other combo routes or other concepts, be sure to leave a comment below and I'll do my best to comment. And if you enjoyed, please subscribe and thank you.